Hello, my name is Jani and welcome to my channel. This is a cross stitch channel where we talk about cross stitch and fabrics and flosses and designs and projects. And this time I want to show you, talking about projects, some of the pieces that I have here in my cross stitch room, in my crafty room. So because sometimes I record these videos and you can see some of the pieces, but I have, you know, many more. So perhaps it will be interesting for you to see some of the pieces, or the pieces that I have here. And you know, I remember most of the names of these designs, but I will try to put each name here so you can see the names of the pieces, and you know, the fabrics and all that kind of details. So yeah, I think it will be interesting. It's like you are visiting me here in my corner, so it's always nice to have stitchy friends. And you know, seriously, it's really nice that even though we can meet, you know, in real life, we have this wonderful tool, these videos, to get closer, to know another stitchers, and to share with them this amazing hobby and our love for our stitching. So yeah, please feel welcome to the channel, and now to my crafty room, and let's begin with the little tour. Okay, the wall behind me, I have many of my mirrors. This is Emerald Mermaid. She's a beautiful mermaid by Mirabilia, and she's a really easy stitch. It's not really a large project, and I always love the colors of the design, and her face is it's beautiful, but it's like my kids used to say about her that she was like tasting a lime. You know that expression, but she's beautiful. And I stitch her in silk weaver fabric, an opalescent fabric. If I recall correctly, it's Lugana 32. So yeah, really pretty. And my husband made me the frame. we get the, you know, the piece of wood, like in this with this you know, forms, and he put together the frame. So yeah, that's Emerald Mermaid. This is a really beautiful sampler. Is the name is going to appear, and Mother's Choice, yeah. And I made a conversion. I used different colors that I have in hand. I added my name at the end of the numbers, and yeah, I really like this piece. It's really pretty. And for this piece I dye this piece of fabric. It was already dyed, but I added another, you know, bath of color, and I finished really simple, and it's really pretty. This is another Mirabilia. I'm sorry for the shaking video. She is I always forget her name because it's a long name. But yeah, for her I dye this fabric. This is a linen, and I really love this fabric, how it came out. And I immediately think in this design for the fabric, even though the dress is very similar to the color of the fabric. I think it looks amazing. And I use a lot of local local beads and crystals that I have here. So yeah, I change some of the metallics too. So yeah, I I really love her. And I think I use a silk for the leaves that I had. You know, little changes here and there, added more crystals, but she's gorgeous. Cathedral, it's her name. This is one of my designs. This is Katrina, and I love her very much. She's so pretty and so traditional for the Dia de los Muertos celebration. So this is my design. If you want to get a copy, please send me an email, and I have the PDF chart available. And here we have Ophelia, mother of pearl, and this is a frame that I got here locally. It's beautiful and it's really cheap, and I love how she looks. And besides, I love her because this pattern was a gift by Mitch Stitch, and she was at a retreat in Australia with Nora Corbett. So she got me this pattern, and Nora signed the pattern for me. So oh my god, I love it. It's one of my treasures. So yeah, this is a little sampler by Kathy Barrick. I made a little adaptation in the letters. This is a little dove that I made, and also the strawberry. I made this chart, and I try to to form a strawberry. I think they look nice. So here we have beautiful Titania, Queen of the Fairies. This was one of the first mirabilias that I stitched more than 20 years ago. It always brings me memories of my kids being really young, and I have, you know, to take care of my kids, and I have a job. And then when everybody was sleeping, I stitch her, you know, in the middle of the night, literally. And yeah, I love her so much. The wings are so pretty, and it was, as I said, one of my first mirrors. And you know, the use of metallics and beads, it was something very new to me, and I was amazed but that. I love her. This is sorry for the reflection. This is Mother Arms. Let me put me like this. I don't know if you can see her. This is a design that I love so much. I wish I could stitch her with a darker skin and a, you know, darker hair, but at that time I didn't know you can do that. So I follow the pattern, but I didn't stitch the background because in the sky it had a really heavy background, you know, a lot of stitch. But I decided to use this fabric, which is very similar to the background, instead of stitching properly, you know, all the crosses behind her. So yeah, I love her so much. She's such a beautiful design, and the colors. And I stitched the names of my children, Alejandro, Carlos, Janina, Jani, and Daniela. my heaven, mi paraíso. And this is a piece by Katy Barrick that I stitch. And again, I stitch it because I love the fabric. So yeah, I thought, you know what, the fabric is going to look great with that design. So here is the final result. And the frame, it's a little cheap frame and it fits perfectly. So yeah. And this is a sampler that I did, one of my designs. Again, if you are interested in get this little pattern, this little design, please send me a message. This is friendship sampler, and I change, even it's my own design, I am always changing things. I put my name, you know, in the last part of the letters. So yeah, and here are a lot of smalls and gifts that I got. Really, really pretty. And this is another of my design. This is Mexicanita, you know, Mexican little girl, and I really like her. I wanted to create like a kind of specialty stitches look in her hair, but these are only cross stitch. And this butterfly, monarch butterfly, it's very traditional in my state. So yeah, she's Mexicanita, also one of my designs. And this beauty, it's, I always have trouble you know, pronouncing her name. Monshut. This is a design by Nora Corbett design. And again, in this case, I love my fabric, and I really you know, needed to stitch something on this fabric. And because it is almost like a 40 count fabric, and I didn't have, you know, petite beads by Mill Hill, I decided to glue crystals on her. So I think she is so shiny and pretty. And yeah, in this case, I make her skin darker. So yeah, I started with my thing of changing skins, you know, because representation matters. She's Charlotte, and I love her. This was one of my oldest weaves, and I love this design because of course it's beautiful, but because it looks very much like my daughter Daniela. And so here is Daniela, Charlotte. And I had a lot of mistakes in the colors, so at the end it looks really nice, but yeah, you know, happy accidents. Here is Fairy Flora. I haven't put her, you know, properly in the wall, but I don't have any more space here. But yeah, you can see she's so shiny. I mean, you can see in the video, but in real life it's even more, it's even shinier. Here this is under the friendship tree without the tree. And I really love this design. And again, the fabric, I thought the fabric was great for these little girls. And when I stitched them, again, I didn't change the skin color or the hair, and I wish I could, you know, change it. But yeah, I love her. These are my two daughters. And this is Fairy Moon. Again, one of my first mirabilias, and the little shoe and the dress that you thought you will never finish, and all the beads. And yeah, I love her. I put beads on the moon, you know, they are all beads, and you can really tell in the video, but again, she's one of the shiny sparkly one. I love her so much. And in this case, her hair is dark, so yeah, but she's such a pretty design. This is one of my oldest whips that I finished a couple of years ago. This is Morning Song by Lavender and Lace, and in this case I changed the hair, the color hair, and the background. It was so difficult for me because I'm not used to stitch, you know, all that background. At the end they are only, you know, stitches, but you have that feeling that, I don't know, I thought I was doing, you know, heaven and earth, something like that, and it's not. It's just a little piece of background, but the final result, oh, I'm sorry, I get tired. It's so pretty. I love this piece so much. And here is Gypsy Queen. This pattern was a gift by a dear friend, and she sent me the fabric and the flosses and the pattern and all the beads, and I immediately start to stitch her. She's amazing, so royal and so beautiful. And I didn't like I don't like Mirabilia's queens, but this gypsy, it's amazing, and this is the only queen that I like from Nora. And she's Lady Mystery, again by Mirabilia. I dyed this fabric. This is a Monaco 28, and this is my first piece in Monaco. I don't really like that fabric. I find it a little hard to stitch for me, but I love the final result. She's so beautiful, and I changed a little bit the color of her hair, and you know, a little change here and there, but she's amazing. She's such a beautiful design. And this is a little sampler that I did in the second Mexican retreat. So yeah, it was a little a celebration of my city. So this is another one of my designs. This is a little you know, small piece that I stitched a few months ago because of the Olympics. And here is Emma's Garden. I made a little adaptation because in the original the design has some flowers here and here, but I added the name of my daughters, Jani and Dani, by Daniela and Janina. And again, I wish I could stitch, you know, her a little darker, but I love it. And the lace detail is so beautiful. Again, it was one of the things that I discovered. I didn't know you can do that with cross stitch, you know, stitching. So yeah, I love her so much. And look at her little buttons here on her dress. Oh, it's cute. This is one of I don't know, I was trying to make a biscornu or a pinky or something like that, but I found this little piece of stitching, and I said, you know what, I better finish as in a hoop. So I crochet the little border, and it's done. And again with this, this is you who I I like or something. I will put the original name, but I decided to stitch it in Spanish. Eres tú a quien quiero, and again with the border in with crochet, and yeah, I really like it. And these letters are stitched with a toile by DMC, and it's the first time I use that floss, and you can see some of the shiny parts, but yeah, it's not really out there. And I like things that are very, very out there. So I have all the etoiles flosses, but I really didn't use them as much. And she's Mermaid of Atlantis, and I love her. And the fabric was again a silk weaver, opalescent. I used to get a lot of opalescent fabric. I don't like to stitch on opalescent fabrics. They are a little hard to stitch, but yeah, they look so pretty. This is Arabian Woman by Lanarte. The original fabric was a dye fabric, but I stitched her more than 20 years ago, and again, I didn't like it the fabric, and I thought, no, I will use another one. So yeah, but she's so pretty, and this column was a lot of work to do, but at the end she looks so pretty. My kids again were really, really young when I stitched her, and they call her the drunk lady. You know, nothing romantic or fancy about her. These two are gifts that I get from stitchy friends at the retreats. So pretty. This is an scarabac. This is a design that I got from Etsy. It's a really, really pretty design. This is another capybaric. I love to stitch this, and this project, I believe, was the first one that where I use my local fabric. You know, the one that I totally use right now, very similar to linen 40. And yeah, I love to stitch her, and you know, knowing that I could use this fabric for all of my projects. This was another design that I got on Etsy, and the original design was stitched in black color, but I decided to change and added more colors. And I finished this in a piece of wood with some buttons and you know, make it look nice. And this is my little sampler corner that I have here until Carlitos puts in the proper stairs wall of samplers. So yeah, these are my finish of this year. This is All You Need Is Love, the beautiful 3 Things sampler with all my modifications. Flora, which I made as a red sampler. This is a sampler by Hands Across the Sea, the Divine Love. Again, I did a lot of changes here, and I added this like a coffee spot. You know, I love it. And again, here I try to make it funky. This is Russian Windows by All Forest. Here I use flosses that I dyed, and it's a beautiful design. This is the Blackberry House by Brenda Gervais, and in this I use the fabric that I dye with paper, so it's again a really funky sampler. This is a beautiful sampler by Liz Matthews, Gather Here with Grateful Hearts. Gather Here is the name of the sampler, and this is a fabric that I dye with leaves, you know, to make that marks, and I think they look so nice. And again, the frame was a work of Carlitos and I painted, so yeah, really pretty. And here you can see my name. I removed the wooden window where it was originally placed because it was really big for my entrance, so I just left the base. So yeah, here is my name with the letters by Nora Corbett, and I love her. In this I use flosses that I dyed because I didn't have, you know, the silks, the water lilies that were called in the pattern, but I love how my name looks. This is Madonna of the Garden, again by Mirabilia. She's such a beautiful design. I am you know, not a religious person. I don't have very much you know, religious symbols here in my house, but she's so beautiful, so pretty. I love this design. This one was one of my first stitches by Paula Bond, and it's on an Aida 11 so you can tell it's a really old piece. And my kids, you know, wrote in the in the frame, and yeah, but I love her. And this was a gift for one of my retrieves. I love it. Some bells. my Katrinas, you know, Barbie Katrinas. Behind them is Petal Fairy. I need to put her in a better place. My cat, I forgot. Glistening Lips by Nora Corbett. So sorry, little girl. This is a little fairy that I stitched on Aida that I dyed with the ice technique, and she's such a beautiful design. And I have a little clip how I stitch the face, you know, the back stitch in her face, because sometimes the little details on the back stitch are the one that gave the face that lovely expressions. So yeah, I love this fairy, and sorry for the glare. And this fabric. It's everything. So here she is. And these are my scissor collection. I am using some of them in my project, so some of the scissors are missing. And yeah, a rock that my kid bring me from the beach. He only bring me, you know, a rock. Great gift. And some of my project bags, and that's it. This is my Stitchy Corner, you know, the where I keep all the rest of my whips. So yeah, let me put the cell phone in a steady place so you finish with all this shaky tour, and I will be right back. Okay. Sorry for all the movement, but yeah, this is my little corner. I don't have any more space. I'm going to start in the ceiling, but yeah, this is some of the pieces that I have here with me. I love to finish the piece and being able to look at them, you know, enjoying each one of them. And I have more on the wall, and I'm starting the invasion to the rest of my house. But for now, I think the Stitchy Corner will be enough for this little tour. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you enjoy this little, you know, different video. And it was so nice to have you here. Let's get for some tacos and a beer, and you know, keep the party going. I will see you in my next video. I'm going to keep stitching on my Princess Eliana, Katrina. Hopefully I will finish her soon. So yeah, take care of yourself, take care of your family. If you have the chance, please get the vaccine. And I will see you in my next video. Bye bye.